B11.4, the role of the negative feedback. So many hormones in your body are controlled as part of the negative feedback systems. These involve the coordination of changes in the internal environment of your body with the amounts of hormone produced. So negative feedback. So negative feedback systems work to maintain a steady state. If a factor in the internal environment increases, the changes take place to reduce it and restore the original level. If a factor in the internal environment decreases, changes take place to increase it to restore it to its original level. So whatever the initial change in the feedback, the response causes the opposite. So I'm just going to show you a quick diagram looking at that. See that? So we've got the ideal level in the middle. So if the level rises, receptors detect the change and the response lowers levels, so we get back to the ideal again. However, if the level falls, receptors also detect the change and then a response raises levels, so we're back to the ideal again. So this is a negative feedback system. It will keep going. Every time it goes away from the ideal, it will be detected and a response will be put in place. So thyroxine and negative feedback. So the thyroxine is from the thyroid gland, stimulates the basal metabolic rate. It plays an important role in growth and development. So basal metabolic rate is how quickly substances are broken down or built up within your body, so the rate of the chemical reactions. And I'm just going to show you another diagram of that one. So, sorry, have a look at this one. So it's released from the pituitary gland, still can't pronounce it, and it depends on different things. So if the thyroxine levels rise, TSH levels fall. So TSH is another word for this hormone. So the thyroxine levels return to normal. If the thyroxine levels fall, THS levels rise, so the thyroxine levels return back to normal. So again, it does the opposite to make sure that it's back in its ideal number. So I'm just going to go through that. So if in adults the level of thyroxine in the blood usually remains relatively stable, this happens as a result of negative feedback, which control involves the pituitary gland and the hormone it produces from it, so the thyroid stimulating hormone, that's the TSH, and the diagram I've just shown you. And the last hormone I'm going to look at quickly that's involved in negative feedback is adrenaline. Is not controlled by a negative feedback system, so unlike the thyroxine, which is, adrenaline isn't. So adrenaline is released from your kidneys and rapidly moves around the body when you're stressed, angry, excited or frightened, or experience other extreme hormones, feelings like that. So what adrenaline does is it causes increased heart rate and breathing rate, so you can get enough energy to your muscles in case you do need to run away from something. Stored glycogen is converted into glucose, so you can use it for respiration, again to make energy. Your pupils dilate to let more light in, so you can see better. Increased mental alertness or awareness, so you become more aware of what's happening around you. And blood moves to the muscles away from your digestive system, because at this point it is important that your muscles have more blood so they can produce more energy or remove waste products, and that's more important than your digestive system at that point. So adrenaline boosts the delivery of oxygen and glucose to your brain and muscles, preparing you for fight or flight. Once the stimulus has gone, adrenaline glands stop releasing adrenaline and your levels return back to normal again.